Hello and welcome to Setup Phase. In today's video, I will be doing a playthrough of Rolling Realms. I will not be using the solo rules, I will just be playing 3 rounds. If you already have Rolling Realms at home, you can see if you have a better score than I do. I will just be using the realms from the original Rolling Realms. Let's get on to it. First, I'll shuffle the realms and draw 3. In the first round, we have Euphoria, Wingspan, and Between Two Castles. In Euphoria, we can mark one number or mark both numbers if a pair is rolled. The second die remains available for another realm. Gain the benefit based on the sum of the total area. After marking a number, if the sum of all marked numbers in the area is between 4 and 10, we score a star. So basically we use one die to mark any numbers on either left or right side. We gain the resource based on the total amount on the side. And if it's between 4 and 10, we get a star. In Wingspan, we can fill a square with any number left to right within each bird, then gain the resources or stars below that square. If we match the number, we get a star. Between the Two Castles requires us to fill squares from bottom up. Each number must be lesser than the number directly below it. We gain the resource when completing a column. So let's begin with the first round. And we start with 2 6s. 6s are good for Euphoria. We can mark 1 6, and because we have a pair, we can mark the second one. It's between 4 and 10, so we get 2 stars. For the other 6, let's use it in Wingspan, and we get a heart. Let's go to the next round. A 1 and 2. We can place a 1 in Between Two Castles. We get a pumpkin. And we can place a 2 in Euphoria. We have 8 in the right column, so we have another star. 2 3s. We can use a 3 in Wingspan to get a pumpkin, and a 3 in Euphoria. This makes 6, 9, 11, which gets us another pumpkin and a heart. And we can use 2 hearts because we rolled a pair to get another die of value 3 and use it in Between Two Castles. And let's place it here. We score 1 star per completed row in each castle, and we have completed a row, so we have 1 star. Two 3s again. We can place 1 3 in Wingspan and get a coin. We can place another 3 in Between Two Castles. We don't get any resources yet. And we can use 1 coin for a die of value 1 and place it in Euphoria in order to get a star, because in the right column we have 7. A 5 and a 3. We can place the 5 in Between Two Castles and use the 3 in Wingspan. to get another coin. And that's it. A 5 and a 4. Let's put the 4 in between two castles. Oh, we also got 1 star for completing a row last turn. So we use the 4. We can put the 5 in Euphoria, which gives us a pumpkin and a heart, and use the 1 from a coin in Wingspan in order to get 1 star and another one because we matched the number. A 6 and a 2. The 2 is good in between two castles, and we get 2 pumpkins. We also get a star because we have completed a row, and we can use the 6 in Wingspan in order to get another pumpkin. 2 more rounds to go. 6 and a 5. Let's use the 5 in Wingspan, but I'm going to use 2 pumpkins to turn it into a 4. This will allow us to get 2 stars. And we can use the 6 in between two castles. We have completed another row and we get another star. Double 6s. We can use one of the 6s in Wingspan and we get a heart. And I don't think there's another way to get another star. So let's use the 6 in Wingspan again by spending 3 pumpkins. We don't have 12, but we have another star. And our total is 4, with another 5, 9, and with 4, 13, and the remaining resources is 1, 2, 3, so 13.4 for the first round. Let's see what we have for the second round. We have the Society, My Little Scythe, and Between Two Castles. For the Society, we need to fill cards in any order. Each card number must be lower than the number directly above it. Gain a bonus when completing a row. And score 1 star per set of completed cards. So we need to start with higher numbers and go with lower numbers downwards. I forgot to erase the scores and the resources. In My Little Scythe, we can mark a hex and gain a pumpkin or a heart based on the hex that we have marked. Gain a coin when completing a matching pair of hexes. So if we mark 6 and 6, we gain 1 pumpkin, 1 heart, and a coin. Score 2 stars per resource type, pumpkins, hearts, and coins, for which you have gained at least 6 resources this round from all realms. So My Little Scythe we will score at the end based on how many resources we have. Between Two Cities tells us that we can fill a square. Same numbers can't be orthogonally adjacent. Gain resources when completing a row or column. This means that we can put any number anywhere so long as the ones adjacent to it is not the same number. We score stars equal to the lowest score of the 2 other realms. The score cannot be higher than the number of filled squares here. If we have 4 squares filled, we can score a maximum of 4 stars. Let's begin with the first round. And we have 2 4s. Let's put a 4 here, and then let's use a 4 in my little scythe in order to get a pumpkin. A 6 and a 2. Well, 6 is good for the society. We can put it up here. And then let's use the 2 in order to get a heart. Two twos. There's no way to get another heart. Let's use 1 here. We get 1 pumpkin, and because we have matching 2s, we get a coin as well. We can use the 2 in the society, and we can also use 1 coin in order to put a 1 in between 2 cities. A 4 and a 5. Well, we can easily use the 5 in the society. This gives us a heart and a coin. We can use the 4 in my little scythe. This gives us another heart and another coin. And we can use 1 coin to get another 1 in between 2 castles. A 5 and a 2. Well, 2 is good for the society, and because we have completed a triangle of cards, we get a star. We can put the 5 in between 2 castles. We have completed a row, which gives us a pumpkin and a heart. We can use 3 hearts to gain a die of the same value and use it in my little scythe. We cannot put 2, so we will use the 5 to get another heart. A 1 and 3. 3 seems good in the society. We can place it here. And we have completed another triangle for another star. The 1, let's put it in my little scythe. We get 1 pumpkin. And we can use 1 coin to put a 1 in between 2 cities. A 2 and a 5. We can place the 2 in my little scythe, and we have another triangle for another star. We can place the 5 in my little scythe. We get 1 pumpkin, and because we have 5s crossed out on both sides, we get a coin. And that's it. A 2 and a 3. Let's place the 3 here in the society. We have another square, and I think we had another one here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we only have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Since we have completed a column, we get a pumpkin, a heart, and a coin. So this was the 3. We cannot use 2 in my little scythe, because we have already used the 2s, but we can use a 2 in between 2 cities to place it here and gain 2 coins. Let's use one of the coins in my little scythe for 1 heart and 1 coin. And the last round, a 6 and a 2. Well, 2 is perfect in the society. We have completed another one, another 3 pair, and since we filled all the cards, we get another star. We also get 2 pumpkins, 1 heart, and a gold. So this was a 2. And then we have to put it in between 2 cities. It doesn't matter. Let's place it here. And that's it. My little site says that we score 2 stars per resource type, pumpkins, hearts, and coins, for which we have gained at least 6 resources this round from all realms. We have 8 pumpkins, 8 hearts, and 9 coins. This means that we have all the 6 stars. And between 2 cities, we score stars equal to the lowest score of the 2 realms. They are both 6. This score cannot be higher than the number of filled squares here. We have 2, 4, 6, which is another 6 stars. In total, we have 18 stars, and from the resources, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18, 19.8 stars. Let's erase everything. For the next round, we have scythe, viticulture, and pendulum. In scythe, we need to mark a number. Top row provides the resources. So if we marked one of the top rows, we get the depicted resource. When you mark the top row number, you may also pay the bottom resources cost in the same column to mark it. We score 1 star per marked bottom and top row. Let's say that we roll a 2, we get a heart, and we can also pay a pumpkin to mark it as well. We don't need to have the 6 as well. But yet again, we can also just use a 6 on the bottom row. In viticulture, we can either gain a grape by outlining it, so one of the 6 grapes, and the resource below it, or we can use the sum of 1 die and the value of at least 1 grape by crossing it off to mark a wine order equal to or less than the sum. We score 2 stars per marked wine order. In pendulum, we can either outline an octagon, one of the ones at the top, with any number. Do not gain an instant benefit, so we just outline it, or mark a specific number in the hourglasses below. Gain the contents of all outline octagons when completing an hourglass. When completing an hourglass, score the stars for each outline octagon with a star in it. This means that first we will want to outline the 2 stars and then fill in the hourglasses. Let's begin the first round. A 1 and a 3. We can put the 1 in viticulture which gives us a coin. And then we can spend the 3 inside. This gives us a pumpkin. And at the same time spend the coin below to get a heart, to get a star. A 4 and a 3. Well, 4 is good inside. We get a coin and we can spend the pumpkin in order to get another star. And let's use the 3 in viticulture to get another heart and spend a coin in order to use a 1 in pendulum to outline one of the stars. A 4 and a 2. We cannot use 4 inside anymore. Well, we could at the bottom, but we don't have the payment. Let's use the 4 in viticulture. We get a heart. And then the 2 in pendulum. Two 5s. Let's use one of the 5s in viticulture to mark this wine order. And we need to use the 4 and the 1. And we get 2 stars. And we can use the other 5 in pendulum to mark the 5 in the hourglass. 4 and 3. We cannot use either of them inside or in viticulture. Let's use the 3 in pendulum and mark this. And no, we cannot do that. We will use the 4 here, and then we can use the 3 inside in order to pay 1 heart to mark the bottom row. 6 and 5. We can use the 6 in pendulum to mark this hourglass and complete it. We get 2 stars, 1 pumpkin, and 1 coin. We can use the 5 in viticulture to get a pumpkin, and we can create a 1 to use it inside. We get another coin back, and we can spend a heart in order to get a star. A 5 and a 2. Let's spend the 5 in viticulture in order to fill this wine glass. This order, we have 5, 10, 13 for 2 stars. And then we can use the 2 inside. We get a heart. We spend a pumpkin to get a star. And yes, let's use 1 coin in pendulum to mark this one. A 5 and a 2. Let's use the 2 in viticulture to get a coin, and then use the 5 inside. We get a heart, and then we spend 1 coin to get another star. And the last turn, a 5 and a 2. And I don't think there's anything that we can do. We cannot manipulate any of them. We can place the 2 in pendulum, but it's not gonna help. And the 5, we cannot use it in scythe. We cannot use it in viticulture because we've already crossed out the 5. And we've already used something in pendulum. Yeah, I think that's it. Because we cannot place the remaining die, we get 1 resource. It doesn't matter which one. In total, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. For a total of 44 stars, 0.6. And that was a gameplay of Rolling Realms. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day and see you in the next one.